Hi Faith Formation families, it's Miss Abdallah, and this is the newsletter for the week of March 11th. Okay, so if you're getting this newsletter on Friday and opening this video on Friday, tonight is the K through 12 all grades putt-putt and pizza party for St. Patrick's Day. This is our first attempt to have refreshments in Slattery Hall of Our Lady Queen of Peace while we have all the games and the putt-putt golf course going. I do have the tables socially distanced from each other, so with the idea that each family sits at their own table, but you can feel free to move the chairs around, move yourself, whatever makes you comfortable, or you can even have eat in the pews. That's fine, as long as we pick up after ourselves. We'll be all right with that. Okay. So it should be fun. It's from 6 to 7, 7:15, 7:30, kind of flowing in and out. We will do an opening prayer when everybody gets there and a blessing over the food, and then free reign. Everybody can kind of mill around and do what they want to do and have some fun. Like I said, I've got the putt-putt golf course. I've got a few extra games on the sides for the kids to play, arts and crafts, and the videos will be playing with cartoon about the life of St. Patrick, and also there'll be Irish music, there'll be lessons about the Holy Trinity, all of that good stuff. Now the pizza, of course, will be cheese pizza because it is Lent, and we're not going too crazy on that stuff. But I think it's a good time for us to gather and kind of move back toward our new normal, hopefully, if all goes well. March 13th, which is Sunday, at 1 o'clock at Our Lady of Lourdes, I have the first Eucharist parent meeting. So what that means is that parents, if you want to come and get all the information about the first Eucharist camps, what's going to be going on, we have our first camp at the end of this month, and then one in April. So I'm going to talk all about what's going to happen there and what we need to do to prepare, and ultimately how we're going to handle First Eucharist this year and where it's going to be and all that good stuff. So I'll have all that information at the meeting. If you're not able to make that meeting, I will also be making a video about everything that I'm going to talk about at that meeting. So if it's easier for you or you have conflicts, I will be sending that video out as well. So you'll have all the information in video format, and then some, bullet points in a newsletter email type form, just as a reminder, because I know if you're like me, even when you sit at a meeting, you don't always remember everything that was said. So I'm going to do that for everyone throughout the next couple of weeks as we're getting ready to have the kids make their first Eucharist. So it'll be an exciting time. So again, that meeting is at 1 o'clock at Our Lady of Lourdes, or I will be sending out the video to everybody that wants it. Okay. That night, Sunday the 13th, is grade 6 and 7 from 6:30 to 8. Just a note about grade 6 and 7. 2 weeks ago, you guys had class. Nobody came except one person on Zoom that joined us. So I'm gonna say that if this Sunday, if we don't have good attendance again, that I'm gonna make the decision to have grade 6 and 7 be home study Zoom for the rest of the year. That's really just not a good use of our catechist time because we have so few of them, and I hate to burden them if nobody's going to show up. Plus they've already put a plan into a lesson plan, and it's not a good thing. I think what happens is maybe one or two people just forget, but when you have only one person out of the 12 people that are supposed to be there show up, that's a big alarming bell going off for me. So if you guys could let me know what's going on, and like I said, if Sunday night comes and nobody is there, then we're gonna go to Zoom home study for the rest of the year. Okay. So hopefully I'll see you there. We don't have to do that, but if that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do. The 14th is a Monday, and that's kindergarten through 5th grade in person, just like normal. March 15th, kindergarten through 5th, the Tuesday cohort, and the Zoom class also as normal to have with everyone. And that is the the lack of catechists that we have. Obviously this year we've had to do a lot of juggling because we've had to socially distance people, and we can't combine classes and make them bigger. We have to do it within a certain space. But at the moment, I do not have enough catechists to do this year, let alone even think about doing it for next year. So I know that as parents, everybody voted that they wanted the traditional model, the weekly classes or the bi-weekly classes for next year. At the present moment, I do not have enough catechists to pull that off. I have put appeals out in the bulletins, in my newsletter for sure. I have done videos about it. We sent a letter home in the year-end statements for Our Lady of Lourdes and St. Anne's. I'm going to do another pulpit appeal to people to see if I can get a few more people. Nationwide, where everybody's hurting for volunteers. What I need you all to understand, parents, is that there is a very strong possibility that I cannot do this the way that you want it done if I don't get catechists. I am right now teaching 8 different classes. That includes our sacramental programs. I am not able to do even the job of director because I'm constantly doing lesson plans and preparing and teaching, which is fine. I'm more than willing to do it to get us through. I am letting you know I cannot do that next year. There's too many things that are, even you all know, I hardly ever can answer emails in a timely fashion, phone calls, things like that. I'm getting pulled away all the time into doing these other things that I have to do for classes. So I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm trying to say that I cannot do that again next year. What I'm asking for is, parents, if you know anyone at all, anybody, yourselves, grandparents, aunts, uncles, anybody that's willing to teach in the fall, okay, we'll kind of ride out the next 7 weeks the best we can, but if you know anybody in the fall that is willing to make this commitment, I need to, if I don't start getting volunteers to come forward, I have to start planning something entirely different for next year. I'm not going to have a choice. So let's see if we can come up with some names, if we can try to reach out to people that you know, or sit next to at church, or maybe you're in another group with them and you just happen to know that they teach. It doesn't even, I've already been pulling teachers from other parishes. I mean, even if they're in another parish, it's possible, but let's if we can get some names, if we can refer people my direction, please let me know. At this point, I'm being very honest with you. I don't know that a traditional model is going to be possible if we don't. So I'm just giving you the heads up that's something we need to really, really be praying about and thinking about. And like I said, I'm going to do another appeal. I'm going to appeal from the pulpit again. I'm going to do the best I can to try to get people in to do this. Okay. All right. I hate to end on a down note. But I also believe in transparency, and I also believe that we can't solve problems if you don't know what the problems are. And I think I've been pretty open about this problem, and I think anybody that has seen me running around like a chicken with my head cut off realizes it's not how I like to operate, and it's not how your kids should be learning. We should, be able to have really, some solid classes and teachers that can teach them. It just has been a really difficult climb the last 2 years, but I don't think I can do a third year. I know I can't. So we have to figure this out together, and so hopefully that's we're all a team, and let's do some thinking. Put our thinking caps on and think of some people that can maybe jump in and help, okay? All right, so that's that. And all the rest of the stuff is in the newsletter below. Okay, my friends, that's all for today. I hope to see you Friday through Tuesday, or however that works out. Keep praying for me, and I'll pray for you. Take care, and God bless.